Alright, I got another tutorial for you guys, showing you guys how to change out the power steering pump. Basically the issue that I ran in with the customer's vehicle was the O-ring. It was making a noise and I couldn't take off the 10mm bolt that's right here in order for the squealing to stop. So what I did was, there's gonna be, what is it? I think it's a 12. Yeah, I think it's a 12mm bolt here, and then there's another one down here to take out the pump. But you have to take out the engine mount bracket, which is this. It sits like this. It's gonna be a 14 here, 14 here, and a 17mm here. And then the 10 here, that's a ground wire, you take that out. You have to take this out in order to access the bottom. Let's see if I can get you guys that bottom bolt down there. That's the bolt to reach, that's the other bolt that you have to reach on the bottom in order to get the power steering pump. So it's this one, and then this one right here. So basically what I had to do was, and then you take out the two 10mm bolts on the top that holds in the power steering pressure hose. This is the pressure line that goes to the steering rack. So that goes to the steering rack. I also changed the O-ring on this one, on the power steering pressure hose, and I already replaced this one on here. So what was happening was that every time I put the 10mm wrench, it would strip the bolt, so I had to take the pump out. So once you take out those two bolts, the one here and one on the bottom, you can just pull the pump out like this, and the pump just comes right out, just like that. And what I did was I flipped it around and I used a 10mm socket to take out that bolt right here, this 10mm bolt. Got it. So I flipped that, took that 10mm bolt out, replaced it, put a new O-ring in the bottom. So now this is what it looks like with the power steering pump removed. I had to do all this just to get an O-ring, but you can do the same thing if you're replacing the power steering pump. This is super simple to do. Anyone can do it, and you know, it's simple. It shouldn't take too long for you to do it. Like I said, there's a 10 that goes down here, and then there's a 10 that goes right, I mean a 12 that goes here, and a 12 that goes here. And you just bolt the pump back on, and put the bracket back on for the engine mount, and then we'll catch back the video. So I'm just gonna take this, set this back here. And then what I'm gonna do is put the bolts back, and then I'm gonna catch back the video. But first, the first thing that you do before you can take the pump off, you gotta take the belt off. So you gotta push on the tensioner to slide the belt off, and that's it. So what I'm gonna do is, since I already have the O-ring in already, what I'm gonna do is now place the pump back in the position that it needs to be, and then just put the bolt back here, and another bolt here in the bottom, tighten it down, then put back the power steering pressure hose, the two 10mm bolts that go right here with the new O-ring that it has right here, and then put the mount bracket on. But before you take off the mount bracket, also make sure you jack up the engine, the J-pipe with a jack. Just jack it up a little to support the engine, so it doesn't drop down on the side, so it doesn't put any stress on the other mounts. So what I'm gonna do is put everything back, and I'm gonna add some power steering fluid and everything, and then bleed the system, and show you guys how to bleed the system and everything after installing the new pump. It's really quick and easy. But like I said, put everything back, and I'm gonna catch back the video for you guys. So I'll go back the video, put the mount bracket back in, serpentine belt is back on. I just, put the serpentine tensioner extension on here, push the tensioner and slid the belt off. So I put everything back in, So this is the pump back in place, everything locked down in place, the 210s. First you take off these 210s here, pull off this hose, make sure you have something here to block the power steering fluid from getting on it. You pull this up, put it to the side, then you take out this 10mm bolt, then you take out these two 14s, and then this 17, you just slide this out, put this to the side, take out this 17mm bolt. Make sure you support the engine from under the car with the J-pipe, so you jack it up a little before you take off the bracket completely. And when you take out these 3 bolts, you pull the bracket off, and then you'll be able to access the bottom bolt here, and that's another, it's either a 12 or 14. I'll double check and I'll post it on the video. I think it's a 12. And just unscrew that, and then you use a needle nose pliers, pop this off to pull this hose off. Make sure you put towel or something right here to stop any power steering fluid from getting on the belt, because it'll squeal. And that's it. And then you just put everything back in reverse order. So right now the O-rings are brand new, seal the pump. So right now I'm gonna get some power steering fluid, put a little in here, and then start it up.